Hello, my name is Allison Jarrett, and during this video I will be explaining how concepts I have learned this summer during my ILT 5003 course here at UTSA will translate over to my continued professional journey in education and behavioral therapy. I will also be giving you a quick glimpse of how my journey started, where I am at now, and where I plan on ending up in just a few short months before graduation. My education journey first began at Texas State University in San Marcos, and I figured I'd pursue a degree in exercise and sports science. I knew I wanted to coach and teach, so with that came enrollment into the teacher program a few semesters later. The teaching field I pursued was physical education, because who wouldn't want to teach kids about sports all day long? Let me go back to one important detail I failed to mention. Back in 2007, my parents added the last piece of our family. My brother Matthew has grown up to be not only my best friend, but the reason I've chosen the career I have. Matthew is now 10 and has autism spectrum disorder. So when I say he's the reason I do what I do, I mean that wholeheartedly. Now that you know that key little detail, let's get back to my educational journey. As my time at Texas State went by, I realized I had a passion for special needs students, but I was so far into the teaching program, I decided not to change my concentration. I graduated in 2014 with a degree in exercise and sports science with a minor in health and wellness promotion. I became a certified teacher soon after and began my first job a month later as a newly certified special education teacher. I taught and coached at the high school level for 2 years. As hard as it was to leave where my professional career got started, I decided to take a leap of faith and have now found my way back to San Antonio. I gave up my one-time dream of coaching for my newfound dream of making a difference in the lives of special needs children. I began coursework for my master's here at UTSA last August, and I am seeking a master's special education with an emphasis in applied behavior analysis. Understanding closely how behavior affects students with disabilities has often been a dream of mine, and I can't wait to soon make it a reality. Not only for my brother, who led me to where I am now, but the students I've worked with, the students I work with now, and the students I will work with in the future. Even though my ultimate dream is to become a board-certified behavior analyst, I am still currently teaching in the public school setting. Right now, I teach on a campus with predominantly low socioeconomic status students. This class has helped me understand the struggles students like this often face, as well as how far we have come in relation to equal education for all students. Learning about different social classes and how to teach them will help me instill a sense of value in all students, not only those of high social class. This is of great importance in order to break down the wall that has been put up by defining students and their abilities academically in relation to their economic status for generations. In other words, breaking the cycle of oppression will ultimately pave the way for change. Through this course, I have also become more culturally aware, which allows me to better reach the individual needs of each student. Being able to relate to my students and understand the culture from which they come from will help me foster a closer relationship with them, ultimately increasing their chances of academic success in the classroom, not only with that specific student, but also with their peers. Fostering the importance of diverse cultures in my classroom will provide other students with the opportunity to be exposed to different cultures and open the door to acceptance and understanding that not all people come from the same background and everyone has a story to tell about how they got to where they are now. How children develop cognitively, socially, and behaviorally has been studied for decades, leading to multiple learning theories we use today. Becoming more aware of the different theories of learning will allow me to broaden my approach in how I teach students of all abilities. From theories relating to behaviorism, which I plan to focus on significantly since I will be in charge of the behavior unit this coming year, to theories of constructionism, cognitivism, and social constructivism. I plan on incorporating all of these theories to reach my diverse population of students and their learning abilities both academically and culturally. Better understanding learning theories, also including the ones I didn't mention, has allowed me to look at my approach as an educator and adult learner also. As mentioned before, this will be my first year in the behavior unit, making me what Leib Winger describes as an apprentice. Actively engaging in research to learn up-to-date effective practices to implement in my classroom will help shape me into the master teacher that's open to other fields of practices, culture, and academic needs. This leads me to the idea of interdisciplinarity and the importance this will have in my role as the behavior unit teacher. As a self-contained style classroom, I will be in charge of ensuring academic content of all areas is being taught to students who aren't capable of learning in the general education setting. Therefore, since I am not an expert teacher in all areas of study, it is vital that I reach out and work closely with other professionals that can provide me with insight and practices to best meet the needs of those students. Being open and willing to engage in studies relating to all content areas will help me better provide services to those students, ensuring success both academically and behaviorally. In terms of this class, I have often struggled understanding how I can apply the concepts learned throughout the modules into my future career as a behavior analyst. Luckily, as a teacher now, I can cross-relate the two fields, allowing me to find key components of each concept taught, finding at least one in which I can relate that concept to. Ultimately understanding how education has evolved over time, how it can be taught, and how we can best meet the needs of all learners has made ILT 5003 a vital course for all educators to take. Understanding best practices and ways to look at holistic approaches at education and student success will ensure the education system in the United States continues to make strides in a positive direction. History has paved the way for this to happen. It's just up to us as educators to do our part to keep the train rolling.